did look sweet. You're not gonna get worse. Alright. You're going here. You need a hat. It's just they just send out.
Alright. So let's look at number one here. There's two different types of. There's two things I would like you to learn today. I'd like some little tweaks on both, but so let's say I look at number one here.
Number one.
This is a weird thing that calculus notation uses. They will do something like if I have capital F of X, the derivative of capital F is lowercase f. Which is a really annoying thing. Like I wish there was some other way to do that, but you could also indicate it with like the prime. So what I'm saying here is this is the graph of the derivative. I know the value of the original f5 is 25, and you're asked to find the value of the original when x equals 2. So this is just the same formula we've been doing with integration. And you don't even necessarily need it. You can kind of skip through it once you understand it. But let's go through without it. So if I integrate from 2 to 5, f prime of x. Plus. Why is the what?
The second number is always on top.
The bigger number's on the top. If the bigger number's not on top, then you gotta change the sign of the answer.
It's just a hassle.
So, in general, the bigger number's on top.
Okay.
If it's not, like this wouldn't be 10, it'd be negative.
Right. Oh, okay.
Alright, so if I integrate f prime, what do I get? I get f, right? From 2 to 5. So, and if I integrate f prime, don't I also get this area? Isn't that going to have to equal 10? Because the integral represents the area. So then I can use this to set up a little equation. So plug in the top minus plug in the bottom would say f of 5 minus f of 2 equals 10. You with me? See what I'm doing?
I'm picking up.
So what's f of 5? 5, f of 2 is what I'm looking for. And that equals 10. So then it's basically like 25 minus what? Gives you 10. Well, that's,
Oh, thanks, guys.
doesn't f of 2 have to equal 15?
Yeah. It's not funny, Devin.
Kind of another way to look at this, as you integrate like from left to right, you are accumulating area. So what this is saying is by the time I get to 5, I've got 25 units worth of area. I accumulated 10 over this part, and I ended up with 25. So how much do I have to start with? Has to be 15, doesn't it? It's like 1 plus 10 more gives you 15. There's kind of two ways you could do it. This is a more like safe way, algebraic, you're going to kind of just pound through the math. This way, it's easy to kind of flip things around and make mistakes. But yeah, so this tells me the area up until 2. This tells me the area up until, did I say y value before? Yeah, so it's the area up until 5. By the time I get to 5, I've accumulated 25 units worth of area. I know I accumulated 10 during this part, so what did I must have 15. Same idea on number 2. So I can kind of talk through it, or I can do the algebra. Yeah, attempt it. Sorry. I got so excited. It's 3 days since I talked to this. I always was kind of. Thought it was this. So, kind of the more official process way, I guess. Look like this. You're setting up the integral of f prime of x. And that comes out to f of x between 2 and 6, and that area equals 8. F of 6 minus f of 2 equals 8. F of 6 minus 10 equals 8. You'll end up with 18. You could have also just looked at it like, okay, I know that I've got 10 units of area. X equals 2. I'm adding 8 more as I go across, so I'll end up with 18. Why are you laughing at this question? It's a fair question. That one hasn't been here in like a month. Okay. Questions on that style? So then the next style. So let's look at, between like this number 3. I'm giving you a couple pieces of info and asking you to kind of manipulate it to find some other pieces of info. I think it's best to make like a number line here. So this tells you the integral from 3 to 6 is 8. So I know the area here between 3 and 6 is 8. This tells me the area between 3 and 10 is 15. So then what's the area between 6 and 10? It's got to be 7. Because these two numbers have to add up to that 15. Then I'm going to start like manipulating things, moving things back and forth. So 3 to 6, this is what Ethan was asking about. The higher numbers on the bottom, right? What does that do to the integral?
Flip the sign.
Flips the sign, so this would be negative. Let's make this one 10 to 6. I think that's what it is. So if the integral from 6 to 10 is 7, what's the integral from 10 to 6? Go backwards and change the sign, so it's negative 7. And then you would double it because you got this 2. Part C, what is the integral between 10 and 10? So how much area do you accumulate as you go left to right from 10 to 10? You don't gain any area, right? Like if I'm going this way, I'm accumulating something. But the integral from 10 to 10 is 0. The integral from 6 to 6 is 0. The integral from k to k is 0. You're not going anywhere, you're not accumulating any area. Part D is probably the most common mistake I see on these types. So it's really easy. It could be great if the answer were 11, but it's not. So the mistake is people will go, okay, 6 to 10 is 7, add 4, and I'll get 11. But that's not what's actually happening. So this plus 4 needs to be integrated also. So you have an integral from 6 to 10 of f of x plus an integral from 6 to 10 of 4. So the plus 4 is like a separate deal. It's not like when you're multiplying by a constant, you can just yank the constant out. Plus 4 like moves the function up 4 spots. Well, if I move the function up 4 spots, doesn't that change the area? By a rectangle, it goes up 4 spots. How wide is the rectangle that I'm building? Integrating from 6 to 10, how wide is that area? 4. And then I shifted up 4 spots. So imagine it was like y equals x squared. And then y equals x squared plus 4. Let's say it's from there to there. So this is y equals x squared. This is y equals x squared plus 4. This shape here is this shape here. Those match. But I have built a little base below it. How wide is that base? 4. How tall is that base? 4. is this for, right? The wide is because that's how far apart they are. So how much area did I just throw in under 16? So that's the same thing that's going on here. So if I integrate from 6 to 10, I get 7. Plus, all this is a rectangle with a height of 4 and a base of, bad example, this is also 4, but it's this, the 4 that's the base is the difference between these. So what you're going to add is 16, but if you forget that, and you forget, like, okay, I built a rectangle and I have to add that area, just integrate. What's the integral of 4? 4x. And then if you plug in 10 and plug in 6, I'm kind of running out of room, but if I plug in 10, what do I get? 40. If I plug in 6, what do I get? 24. What's 40 minus 24? 16. So you can kind of do the integral. Think about the area. I'm going to end up with 7 plus 16, and my answer here needs to be 20. How's that one seem? Definitely the most frequently missed. Try number 4.
Just how the gateway is going to be set up.
Hardly get able to do this. But we did like all that integration stuff too. Yes. Half of 10 is 1. It's me working through like the integration formula with it. Only had 1 there. And then this one is 16. That's 16. Okay. So we go through that one. Needs to be split. The integral from 3 to 10 of f prime of x plus the integral from 3 to 10 of 3. The integral from 3 to 10, I know. They told me that up there is -5. Plus, you do this 2 ways. One is just kind of think about it. You built a rectangle from 3 to 10 with a height of 3. So what's the size of that rectangle? 30. This from 3 to 10? 7 times, struggle with arithmetic here. Base is 7, height is 3, so this has an area of 21. So you can just go -5 plus 21. If you forget that, integrate it. Plug in 10, plug in 3, and work it out that way. You end up with -5 plus 21 equals 16 for that. Questions I get? This one? The top one? So I'm just starting off, like I know if I integrate f prime, I get f of x, and then my job is to plug in 3 and 10. And they kind of told me, okay, when you do that, you're going to end up with -5. And then plug in the top minus plug in the bottom, like that's our rule of plugging in for integration, right? So f of 10 minus f of 3 has to equal -5. F of 10 is what I'm looking for, but they told me f of 3 is 6. So I'm just like working through the algebra. She asked about the first one. That's 1, that's 16. Kenzie okay? Devin, you okay? Anybody else? Ben, are you okay? You just wanted to be included. Try 5. No, did you? Good talk.
Oh, letters? I don't like letters.
You're gonna have letters in your answer. So it's like -5 plus 10 times k minus b. That's hopefully said quickly enough that you can check it if you know that, but not that you can check. 5 plus k is 7, 2, 3 times q. W. Exactly. I would still do like a little number line up here. K to P, P to M. This is 5, this is 8. What's up?
From a 5. Yep, that's you.
Okay, so if I do A, I need to integrate from P to K of, there really should be a prime here. Plus integral from P to K of 10. So if I integrate this part, P to K, they told me that equals 5. Plus, and then I gotta integrate that. Well, that would be a rectangle with a height of 10. And a base of what? How far, what would be the distance of the base? K minus B. So that's all you can do. Say that for your answer. 5 plus 10 times K minus B. If you plugged in, like integrated, if you integrated this, you get 10x P to K. If you plug in, you get 10K minus 10P. Same idea.
Why would it be -5?
Because it's
Oh, I flipped it, didn't I? That's a -5, and then that one's still fun because I did that order. Yeah, you're right. It is
Why is
-5
that -5?
because I gave the integral as K to P, but then in this question I asked you for P to K,
I see.
so you go backwards. So it's negative. My bad. So let me add this -5 plus 10 times K minus B. I can not read that.
So is the original always negative up?
Yeah, and so if it's not that way, that's when you make it negative.
Yeah, like you would, like you said variable.
This way we don't know.
The original.
This guy.
It's assuming that it's always going to be the right way.
It doesn't matter. Like, I don't know if B or K is bigger, and I don't really care. I know that if I flip it, I change the sign.
But then shouldn't the UK be, couldn't the first one be -5 and the second one be positive? Is it what?
It could be, but I told you this was fine.
Oh, wait.
So you don't know if I'm telling you, like, the correct order or the reverse order. So K to M. So what's the integral from K to M in general? Like, forget that 3 is there. You just add up those and you get 5 plus 8 is 13. And this 3 can just as easily be written on the outside. So it's basically 3 times that, so 3 times 13. So that's 39. And then what's the other go from P to P? 0. What? P to P? This will probably be like a part A, B, C, D. And then that could be one of the parts. That'd be a nice one. You guys want to keep going together, or you want to? Are you good to go on your own? You think? Where we at?
I'm ready.
All right, I'll keep going. Finish up with the answers up. Let me know if you have questions. I did add a little bit of con, and if you want 3 attempts at the gateway, your con has to be done. Otherwise, you get 1 attempt at the gateway, which would not be a recommended strategy. So if you finish this before class ends, which seems like you might. Go ahead and work on your con.
Get 100%. I'm gonna celebrate. By asking you the age-old questions.
I don't know if this week, right?
Starts Friday.
How disappointed am I gonna be?
Gateway number 1 is Friday.
Am I gonna be pretty disappointed in your answer?
Probably. You built it up for so long. Like, I don't know what I could possibly say that would
Cars.
make the payoff worth it.
Cars 2. You remember that one? Paddington. That's not your name. Stuart Little. Oh, sorry. Wait, we can't do
8B?
8.
8D. No, you cannot. You can skip 8D. 8D. You can also skip 80. Here's what I got for 8 and 9. Double check me though, these are easy to screw up.
So when you're finding the area of the rectangle you're adding for AC,
So that'd be 3 times 6.
so you just take the difference when you're -4 minus 2.
It's the difference, because it's a length, so I don't care about positive negative, I just care like how big it is.
Yes.
Is that you alright? You're staring pretty intently at that. Sheet. See?
Waiting for 6B. It's because it's
So I flipped these two, so then it's negative 30 plus 18. Is 18 the size of the rectangle?
yeah.
Yeah? Does that mean you understand it, or? Okay.
Wait, what'd you get for 9?
For 9, 9 pi over 2. Kenzie, what's up? 7 part B. B, you said? B is a boy? So I flipped these. So that makes it negative 20. And then I just multiplied it out. 4. If it's a constant multiple, no. If you're adding a constant, yes. You're right.
Guess what happened last night?
There was a fire on your phone.
Yeah, I do know.
I know.
What?
I could just tell by like your vibe what you were going to say.
No. Actually, no.
Like it's my first time.
Did you show you the pictures?
No. I don't really need to see the pictures.
No, I'll show you.
He's like, no, I don't want to see it. No, I'll show you.
Shut up, Daddy.
Just like, seriously, fire. Wait, the video of the fires on YouTube?
No.
What's after the last part?
Negative 5, is that where that's from? Should I do it then? So I'll do it up here. It'd be like, I know the integral from 2 to 10 of x, that really should be right, equals 20. So that I know if I integrate and plug in 2 and 10, I need to end up with 20. So f of 10 minus f of 2 equals 20. And then f of 10 is 15. So it's like 15 minus 1 equals 20. You get it? Yeah. They should have been there. Like, it's. I don't think it's really affecting the way you do the problem, but just to be like technically correct. If I'm going like, I had like the integral of that, which doesn't make sense, so I need to fix it somehow. Pretty much, yeah.
Jack, 8 times 5. Plus. Stop. Plus 25. Oh, it's not 8 times 5. Wait. Right. Know what I said? What did I do? No, you just said 8 times 5. Right. It was last week. What you do? Also, because you just do the bigger number minus smaller number.
Check it.
Right. Yeah. I was just. I mean, yeah. So you get 20. Is that? So that's the regular.
Where do you get 4? It's 2 and 10. Okay. So you're doing it right. Still not every numbers. Everybody calm down.
Yeah, Jack, I did.
You need to stop my recording. What? Do you want to enter that Schoology? That'd be easier? Alright, yeah.